Hello and welcome. My name is Tara and I'm going to be talking about the new moon in Aries on March the 21st. Now, as I'm recording this video, we are entering the spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere and officially Aries season. Now, I have to apologize. I'm still a little bit under the weather. I've been dealing with a pretty good sickness that's come in a week ago and it's still going strong. So I'm trying my best to recover from it, giving it the time that it needs, but I'm not really surprised that it's hitting me during this time of the year, honestly, when there's going to be a whole new chapter opening up here. And I usually do find that when I am at a crossroads or there's a big transition in my life, I tend to get hit with something like this, and it's the body working through the old and just cycling out. So I don't really look at colds or sicknesses as a bad thing necessarily. If anything, it's going to make my immune system stronger. So here we are entering the new moon in Aries on March the 21st. Now we are in Aries season. We have the equinox season as well, depending on where you are in the world. I'm in the Northern Hemisphere, so we have spring equinox starting here, which is going to be a really nice revival of energy. So we were just in the underworld. We went through the darkness, dark night of the soul, maybe for some of you, or incredible transformation, realizations. When we're in the dark aspect in the Northern Hemisphere here, it is a time of transformation. It's a bit of the death and rebirth, right? So we can go through some really difficult times. There can be a lot of maybe isolation or just low energy because we have less sun. So then we are prompted to go inward. We are prompted to go within ourselves. And so it's really important to know during these journeys that light and dark hold equal value. You know, it's up for us to understand and navigate and work through these times in the best way possible for us to grow, for us to discover more about ourselves and learn through our darkness, because it does hold equal value as light. And the greatest goal for doing maybe shadow work or working through transformation and understanding these energies that we have within ourselves is finding balance and finding that the moderation between both energies, the light and the dark. And sometimes we can sway into the darkness, we can sway into heavier energies, really difficult times. That's okay. I mentioned this many times before. If you do find yourself going into some really hard times, sit with it. It's okay. The whole point of now I'm specializing in shadow work is being aware of where we are projecting our energy when we're going through those difficult times. And those are the most important. That's the most important aspect to be aware of, is where is my negative energy going as a result of being in that negativity or difficult time. And so we have to make sure that we are not projecting it outwardly towards other people or towards our environment, or not projecting it inward or suppressing it, going inward, doing with self-numbing, harm to our body, harm to our psyche, just being in that energy and understanding what it is it teaching us, and how to let it go as fast as possible. So there could have been, these moments, of course, we're all human, we go through them, and it does happen a lot during the more darker time of the year, because the energy does allow us to go into those aspects within ourselves for further discovery and understanding. And then we have the awareness aspect, which is very important. Being aware of our actions, being aware of our thoughts, being aware of our intentions, being aware of how we're treating our body. And the greater awareness we have, the greater consciousness we have, we bring a lot of the shadow aspects to our conscious level. And that gives us a big opportunity for transformation and for healing. So now that we're moving out of the dark time in the Northern Hemisphere, we are now switching into the light. And we start a new zodiac calendar with Aries. Aries is very much a cardinal energy, initiation. It is the spark that births something new. And so with that spark, it is a fire element, and it is very, very impulsive. It can be very fiery, very inspirational. So it's a great time to really connect with what you want moving forward. Who do you want to be? What kind of life do you desire? Maybe start something new, start a new idea, creative project, something that's going to bring that excitement to the surface. Now, this energy is really great to work with. There's been a lot of talk around this particular new moon in astrology. So I'm not an astrologer, but from what I've gathered, this is a very monumental new moon for manifestation. And so if you caught my other content pieces before, new moons are very much a time, it's a clean slate. It's a time for casting your intentions into the universe, new intentions, new beginnings. And especially with this particular new moon, this one's going to offer, a really great opportunity for that newness, for a true fresh start, especially with the start of the zodiac calendar with Aries season here. So it is a great time to connect with your desires, to connect with your passion, to connect with maybe something you've been wanting to do, but maybe not sure. Now is the time to just do it and really connect with who you are in your future reality as a result. And that's really important. So during the new moon, you can go into a meditation with a future aligned meditation, which I do have on my channel. I'll leave a link below, and it will align you with your future self, who you are in your future dimension, because that does exist. And when you are feeling into who that person is, your surroundings, the kind of life you have, the environment, the relationships, then you're tapping into what already exists. And that is your guiding light. And that is going to guide you throughout this journey, throughout all of the challenges, even choices you have to make, changes that you can make within yourself and your environment. That is your guiding light. And when you have an idea of what that is and you have a feeling and sensation of what that is, then that is going to help you move through the challenging aspects, because we do have, of course, we will run into that eventually. Now, as I mentioned, Aries is the initiator. It is the beginning of the zodiac calendar. It is the spark. It is the spark that gives life. So with that spark, that is where ideas are formed. That is where new beginnings are formed. Now, the shadow side of this energy is that sometimes that spark can fizzle out really quickly and we may not finish what we start. So it's really important to grab hold of that idea or what you want to create. And this could be anything from a project. It can be your success story. It could be, I am dedicating myself to lose weight or to become more healthy or to start up a fitness program or to cultivate meaningful relationships. Whatever it is for you, it can be anything. But it is something that needs to be committed that needs to follow through. But we have Taurus after this, which is perfect. We have Taurus season in a month, which will offer the time for commitment and nurturing what you have established in this new moon phase. So do think of the long term. Also think of short term, what you can commit to within this month. What can you do in this month to create new change, to commit to a new cycle, to commit to the future that you really truly desire. So we do have our bigger ask or our bigger desire, our bigger goals, and then we can break it down into little bite-sized segments of month-long or even week or couple weeks of what you can commit to build out that goal or be part of that, the stepping stone towards greater success or towards your greater manifestation. Now, as I record this video, we do have Venus in Taurus. Venus is Taurus's residing planet, which is the planet of love and luxuries, relationships. Libra and Taurus both share planet Venus. So it is a nice energy here right now to cultivate your relationships, to cultivate your success. Also enjoy the finer things in life. Don't forget to enjoy life and do something nice for yourself. Really nurture yourself, your body, relationships as well. And also the success and the monetary gain and reward that you want for your long term. And after, again, as I mentioned, Aries season, we move into Taurus, which is going to really help sustain your manifestations for the long term. After the new moon in Aries, we have a full moon in Libra in 2 weeks. And I will record a separate video for that. But if you're familiar with my videos, then the full moon offers a time for release and anything that we need to release that is going to support our new moon intentions. So anything that we need to release that might be preventing us from fully embodying the manifestation that we want, or the future success that we want, or the reality that we are wanting to create as a result. And then after this lunar cycle happens, the new moon in Aries lunar cycle concludes, then we move into eclipse season after that. So we're going to have a new moon in Taurus eclipse, followed solar eclipse, followed by a lunar eclipse in Scorpio. But all of that I will get to later, so do not worry about those ones. There's more information coming around that. But for this new moon, all about new beginnings, new intentions. Also do take note of what you are letting go of. What you are letting go of, the realizations that you have witnessed over the last maybe few months, definitely over the last month. What has changed? What are you letting go of, and what are you welcoming in, or what are you going to create as a result? So it's out with the old, in with the new. So anything that you can do to give thanks to all the lessons you've learned, to the past, because most oftentimes, those big challenges are our greatest teachers, right? So we do grow a lot out of the challenging moments. So definitely look back. What have you gained? What can you give thanks to? And what can you let go of in order to open up for more? All right, so I'm wishing you all the best during this new moon, during the spring equinox, during Aries season, and I will be back again very soon to talk about the full moon in Libra when we come up to that point. I'm wishing you all the best during this time and beyond, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Take care.